Hello everyone. Welcome to part 2 of our Camping in July page out of Gnome Sweet Gnome by Teresagoodridge. Sorry about the glare. For this video, I am going to work a little bit on this fire and this tent and maybe get my sky in. We'll see how long it takes me. But I kind of want to start filling in this little focal point so you can see how my light glow is going to go here. For this part, I did pull Prismacolors for one reason. I wanted a burnt orange tent. I felt like that was a nice campy color that went with my greens really well and my fireplace. And Prismacolor, I found the mineral orange, the pumpkin orange, and the cadmium orange, which gives me a nice burnt orange. Now on here, they have a couple that look like they would be a good burnt orange color. Like these ones. So this one is just regular orange, so it comes out looking like this. This one is the cadmium deep, which is right next to it, and it's not really the burnt color I wanted. So I do like Arrtx, but as far as the 126 colors go, there's a couple I still gotta fill in gaps with Prismas, which I don't mind mixing my pencils, so it doesn't bother me. So I am going to start with the tent, and I am going to start with pumpkin orange, and we're just going to kind of fill in where we want our shadows here. Now, when I do the flame from my fire, I'm kind of just going to picture a circle right around the fire, and I don't think I have. I used to have a bunch of circles right here for this reason. But what you can do if you're not sure how far out you want your glow to go is to pick a circle and put it down and kind of draw around it lightly with like a yellow, and then that way you'll know everything in that circle is a little more yellow than everything else. And we do have a helper today. I'm sure he'll be appearing. So we have our first baby kitty of the season, which is kind of late for us, but that's okay. We've been busy and everywhere anyway, so. He actually even ended up going on a couple trips with us, as I wasn't planning on fostering this year with everything going on and our hospital trips and whatnot, but he popped up and he did real great. He stayed in a hotel with us. He's been on a couple road trips now. He's leash trained. They've never leash trained a kitten, but he is now. So just filling in where I know I want my darkers to be. So probably on the inside of this a little bit. And remember, when we get our sky in, this is going to be a night scene. So I didn't pick a bright orange. I'm not going to put in a whole bunch of bright highlights because, again, our fire is shining down here. This is kind of going to be in the back where everything's a little bit darker. So I did pull a terracotta. And what I will do with the terracotta is kind of go back in and deepen some of those shadows just a dot. Now you can do this after if you want, after you get all your other colors in, but I just want to make sure my darks are dark and I don't lose them. So not necessarily everywhere I put that other color, but the really deep lines that I want to show. And then I'm going to use cadmium orange hue. This is going to kind of be my blender color for the most part. So I hope everyone is having a great July so far. I can't believe it's almost halfway over already. Oh my goodness. It was like the 4th came and went, and now the month is gone. Things are finally settling down though, getting back on a schedule and a routine, and everybody is home healing, so hopefully stay that way, and then all we gotta survive is the back to school rush. We're good to go. Alright, so this is just regular old plain orange. then just coming in with that cadmium, just kind of darkening a little. Again, I don't want a lot of bright highlights back here on my tint. I really want to give the impression that this is off toward the dark. So just kind of lightly filling in, mixing my cadmium and my orange. Now, if I want to add a little wear to this tint to make it look a little older, I can come in with my white pencil and kind of go over some of these oranges, and that will lighten my orange. It won't change it to yellow where it makes it look brighter, but it'll kind of wear down the orange. And I might even bring in like one darker little brown and just kind of touch up some of these spots. As we go here, just making everything look a little more natural here. Some curve in the tint, should be shadowed a little more around these patches probably. And again, these are details I will come in with my white gel pen. I'm going to do my music notes black and outline them in white, and I'm going to do moon with probably a black sky, add in some night stars. So there will be some gel pen in this one. Alright. So back to that pumpkin orange. And there are lines like put in where the crinkles are, but I'm trying to blend my colors well. I still don't want too many harsh lines. Anything standing out too much to make it look weird. Again, a little dip in the tint right there should probably be shadowed. And then I am going to add a touch of this. This is yellowed orange. I'm just putting it on the flaps just so that the flaps of the tint show a little, so it looks like an open area there. Oh, throwing pencils around. So if you are just joining in, the rest of this page is done, well, the first part I should say, no guarantees for the rest, is done in the Arrtx pencils. Now we are playing with a little bit of Prismacolors. I almost thought about pulling my Derwent to see what they had for burnt orange, because I really haven't played with a lot of my pencils this year. Oh, I colored his hat. Don't do that. Making noise. He don't like it when he's like lonely or can't find anybody, and we took him on all those trips, so now he's got like separation anxiety, I think. Okay, there is my tint. Now of course the bottom of this tint I'm going to come in with terracotta, and I'm just going to go ahead and make it darker. Leaving a little room for some orange just so that it looks like it matches my tint up here. This is pumpkin orange. It looks pretty close to the same. Just a tiny dot of difference there. Burnt ochre is pretty with these colors as well. I think I'm even going to go one darker in a couple spots. Let me see what I have right here. I'm going to borrow this even though it's a Derwent. So this one is a coffee bean, so just any dark brown. If you're in the Prismacolors, I would suggest going burnt umber. I don't think chocolate is dark enough with this combo. A burnt umber or a dark brown or an espresso, a sepia would be pretty. The fun thing about colors is you don't have to have an exact color combination. Okay, just darkening around that grass a little. And I will come back and probably touch this up some more. But just kind of playing off them shadows a little bit more. That way when we get our night sky in, it'll really, really look night. Okay, and this little section of tent right here. That's a little bright. A little brighter than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to dull that down with that pumpkin orange I've been using. Shadow that line right there just a little bit. Pulling down anything that looks too rough. Carry these lines up even if you want to help that flow of the tint look more wrinkly. That's all I'm kind of doing now, is adding my own little textures to the tent. Blending in anything. And there is my tent for now. Now, being a dark scene, I probably am going to color the inside like a dark brown or a black to go with, you know, it's night, it'll be dark in the tent. I didn't put any kind of lantern to make it glow, so I will probably color the inside of that tent black. Let's scoot down and play with the fire while we have Prismacolors out. Now again, I went Prismacolors for this fire for one, because I really wanted to show this combo and how I do it. For two, Arrtx just didn't have quite the fire feel colors I was going for as far as the orange and reds department. Sharpen these just a dot. So I'm going to pull a poppy red. I'm going to pull orange, yellowed orange, canary yellow, all the fun colors there. So I'm going to start with this poppy red. Make sure I am where you can see. How I like to do my fire is I like to make it look hot at the bottom. So my red and my bright orange at the bottom, and then work my way up to yellows, and that just kind of gives it a nice feel. I'm going to put a little in where these lines are. Now every artist that does, you know, coloring books and things, they draw their fire a little different. So it's really up to you how you want to play it and swirl it and whatever. But this is kind of how I start and then just adjust from there as needed. So I'm going to come up the sides a little bit with this red as well. Okay, and then we're going to go for that orange. And again, just starting at the bottom. The fire is not streaky, so we're not necessarily going for like a smooth hair, how I'm flicking this color in kind of. I do want them all blended nicely together, and that's a nice way to layer colors, is light flicks over top each other. Okay, this is yellowed orange, so same color scheme I kind of kept on my tent up there. Okay, and then we're going to fill the rest in with canary yellow. Now just know, just because you put this canary yellow in and it's your final color doesn't mean you have to be done. You can still kind of take a peek at it, adjust it, add some yellows, more oranges, more streaks, what have you, however you like. out like that. And I just go over everything, kind of circular motion, just everywhere. And again, whatever you don't like, you can adjust your page. So I'm just coming in with one darker of a red. So this is Scarlet Lake. And at the very bottom, I am just kind of filling in a couple darker areas, and I will blend it back out. So I'm not too worried about lines, but I do want a little more red right here, I think. Maybe right here. Even a nice shadow kind of feel right there. Okay. Now, if you want that orange or this fire to look a little brighter, you can use chartreuse, you can use lemon yellow, neon yellow, and really get a nice contrast of things going in there. Just adding a little orange from my tint. Bring things together a little. And then again, I will come back with a white gel pen, and I will, maybe even a yellow if I have a nice neon yellow, maybe a Jelly Roll Moonlight, and go over the lines of this fire, and that will just finish kind of setting off the fire look. So let's go ahead and do that little part. One sec. Alright, got a working white gel pen finally. I also pulled yellow and orange because I will probably come back after I get my gnomes and everything colored and add a few polka dots so that it looks like little flames kind of floating around. And this is a brand new gel pen, and I tested it and it worked until I pressed go and then it stopped. Concentrating. I will show the brand of these gel pens. If you have been with me, you will know, and you are tired of hearing about my white gel pens. But if you are new here, these are really kind of budget-friendly, nice working white gel pens. Now, they are, when they get to the end, they're a little rough as far as like skipping and keeping them working, to be expected. But when they're new, they work fairly well, and they go really well over the top of pencil. Now, originally when I ordered these, it was like the new hot thing that the Arrtx ones were coming out. For some reason, I thought I ordered Arrtx, and I didn't even check them out. I ordered them, started using them, telling everybody on videos I was using a white Arrtx pencil or gel pen. No, it's not. Arrtx must have been out, and they suggested an extra, like the next best or something, and I didn't pay attention. But we have them, and they are working fabulously now. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and outline my whole fire here, because I feel like white is a little more fiery feeling, and I can add some yellow to it than a black line. Alright. So I might come back and touch a couple of them spots up later as they dry. You know, if you go over gel pen too many times while it's wet, you start taking off your gel pen instead of adding more. So we're kind of going to let it rest there for a minute. And then again, when I get everything put in, I'm just going to come in and dot a couple sparks in with those. So also here's our music notes. I can't decide if I want to do black and white or just white. I feel like black and white's probably the way to go, so I'm going to take that off for a minute. So I will color those in black, highlight them in white. And let's go ahead. We got our tent, we got our fire. Let's go ahead and get this. Let's see, do I want to do fireplace or sky first? So whatever colors I use right here on this wood, I'm going to bring up here and use on these mountains so that my page is balanced. So let me find those colors. Okay, so pulling my color chart here. Again, this, I forgot to mention this earlier while I was pointing things out. I got this from Color with Claire. So colorwithclaire.com. She has all kinds of these little family color charts. She has ones for like hair and fruits and vegetables, like all the things. So if you're interested in those, still learning your colors, those are great resources. I mainly use mine doing videos, so you don't have to watch me plot and plan out colors quite so much on the pencils that I don't know as well as my Prismacolors. Okay, so for my wood down here and my mountains, I pulled Van Dyke Brown, Dark Brown. What is this one? Dark Umber, and then Light Umber is going to kind of be. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull Burnt Ochre too, because I'm going to need a highlight color in all those dark browns. So let's start down here on the logs with our darkest color. Okay, hopefully that'll be able to be seen a little better. So I'm going to pull my Van Dyke Brown and make sure I have a decently sharp tip. And I'm going to fill in the darkest spots on these logs, including where they overlap. Make sure that swirls dark, so when I put that highlight color in, we'll have some. Now these, if you've ever watched a campfire, you know these will be like black and orange and brown and ashy, and I'm not going to get that involved into it. I'm really trying to keep like the fireplace and the cute little gnomes as my centerpiece. But for those that are into the super realism things. Okay, so Van Dyke. I'm going to add a little of this light umber, and I skipped a spot here. One sec. I skipped one here too, all over the place. Okay, not everywhere, leaving white. I'm actually just doing it in a very random pattern so that none of them come out looking the same, because wood doesn't look the same. And then we're going to take that burnt ochre and finish it. I'm going to come back and add a little more dark to a couple of these spots. But before I go too dark and heavy, I am going to come in with my yellow. And just add a little right here next to the fire. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with that dark brown I pulled. That's dark umber. Wrong one. Sorry guys. Dark brown. Smooth it all out. This one's going to be real dark because it's on the bottom and it's not getting any light. Alright. I want the ends to be darker so that they don't look like they're getting any light from the fire. So if I need to come back and darken those up, I can. Okay, so there is our wood. Now again, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do my mountains in my same color. So we're not introducing a whole bunch of new colors, just the same, kind of in a different way. Now again, it's dark back here, so I'm going to stick with my darker browns. So this is dark umber. Now in Wyoming, if you camp, there is still snow on our mountains, so I am going to snow cap these mountains, just as a little kind of Wyoming flare from us over here in Wyoming. But yes, if you camp in the mountains at all through the summer, you are camping in the snow. Okay, so it's really nice. And I did do dark like under the snow, so that way the snow would pop a little more. That was more of a personal choice versus what it actually probably looks like. Yeah, we want to be careful that we know what we're doing with our sky, because if we go too dark on these mountains, when we color our sky black, they're really going to blend in. So be aware of that when you are choosing your mountain colors as well. Okay, coming back in with, let's go ahead and use that Van Dyke brown, I think. Is this the right one? We're kind of smoothing everything out here, trying to hide her black lines while leaving the effect on the mountain kind of thing. Okay. Alright, so there are my mountains. Quick and easy and effective. Let's see what we can pull for the snow. Alright, so for the snow, I pulled Cadet Blue and Pastel Blue, Cloud Blue, but we'll see how it goes when I get this on here. Again, new to playing with these pencils, so we're kind of learning together here. So I'm just going to go real light-handed, which is hard for me. And just... Now again, at nighttime, these white mountains are probably going to stick out, so trying to get a nice blue layer on here. Okay, let's go ahead and do pastel blue. A little brown in that one I'm gonna fix. Okay, and then just because I don't want to take out and sharpen my brand new Arrtx, I have a white here I've already been using on blending things, so it works out perfect. Cleaned my tips so I didn't drag any previous projects through my mountains here. If it helps anybody at all, the Prismacolor white blends beautifully with the Arrtx pencils. If you are not big on keeping your brands together, I honestly think you could dump your Arrtx and your Prismacolor together and get some really pretty combinations. Okay, and then we'll take that good old white gel pen we had a minute ago, and you can do this after you get your sky in if you want. We will come in, just kind of help that snow look a little snowier, a little more ice capped. Alright, so there we are so far. Let's pull out. Alright, so there we are so far with our cute little camping page, our mix of Arteza and Prismacolor. I think it's coming along great. Again, thank you to all of you that are joining in on hashtag finishgnomesweetgnomewithashley. We are doing fantastic. We are making it. Some of you are doing way better than me, but I am so glad to see that so many are still with me now that we're in July. Questions, comments, requests, anything like that, please let me know. I hope to see you on the next video, and I hope there will be more of those coming out rapidly now that we're getting back on track for sure this time. See you next time. Thanks.